So I had a new t-shirt design, but it was going to take at least 2 weeks to get it done professionally by our local shirt producer, Ill Will Punks. But we had a show in 3 days, and I wanted some new shirts out. I was super bummed out, but then my wife said, oh, hey, we've got this screen printing kit. Let's just make it ourselves. And I was like, cool. So I've never made a screen print before, so let me go through the whole process, and we'll see how it ended up. First, I kind of had to make like a screen printing apparatus. First, we taped up our actual screen, and then I made like this little harness. My wife's like a builder, crafter, an artist, so we had a lot of this stuff around the house, but none of this stuff is expensive. So I ended up making a photosensitive emulsion, which is just this green goop that you then paint all over your screen, and it looks kind of hard. Next, we take a transparency of our design. So I had my wife Ash do this because she's a lot more precise than I am, and I was too worried I would be too ham-handed in getting it perfect. We ended up doubling up the screen to make it super dark. Next, because we were doing this with whatever we had around the house, we brought our design outside. So normally you would have like a hard light kit and you would burn it on with special lights. But we didn't have that, so we just used the sun. And that's what you do. Just open up your box, let the sun burn the design onto the goop. So what this does is the green part, the emulsion, hardens from the sunlight, but the part that's in the shade, which was where lettering, that ends up being loose, and then we go on to our next step. So I take off our light plate and our transparency, and you'll see it's kind of like nice and dark. Now we just kind of like wash off the parts that weren't cured. So after the sun is cured, the light emulsion, we just kind of like wash off the bits, spray it off, and now you can see it. It's like parts of the screen's open and the rest of it's kind of opaque and not water permeable. I'm very proud of myself. Look at that. So we had a little bit of a issue with my little contraption. So we had Nikki had to go get scrap wood and screw this back on so that the actual press comes down nicely. And then it's just print time. So I'm doing this incorrectly. You're supposed to like fully wash it, so like the whole screen will be like soaked. Then you bring it down and scrape it down. So you can see my first print was a little janky. And everyone got a chance. I didn't get any video of Nikki or Ash making some, but everyone made one. So here's my son getting to do a screen print, and you're seeing my 6-year-old daughter. She's videotaping this with some shaky camera work. But this is how easy it was. We just press it down, it's washed, he does a scrape, and that's it. So this is what our final product was. You can see the professionals looked way better. It's great because it kind of gives it that homemade, drawn feel, even though all the lines are crisp and look perfect. Mine looks pretty good, but it's not perfect like theirs. But anyway, it was a really fun process.